Welcome to Speaking Practice. Today we're going to practice talking about survival items and what you need in difficult situations. Here's how it works. I'll ask you a question, then you'll hear a pause. During the pause, answer out loud. After the pause, you'll hear a model answer. Don't worry if your answer is different. There are many good ways to answer. We'll start easy with short answers, and then move to longer descriptions. Ready? Let's go. Let's warm up with some quick answers. It's very cold outside. Does Tom need gloves or sunglasses?
He needs gloves.
What do you carry on your back when you travel?
I carry a backpack.
Does Maria need a blanket in the Arctic?
Yes, she needs a blanket to stay warm.
What do you need to cut food?
You need a knife.
Does Anna need warm clothes in the Atacama Desert?
No, she doesn't need warm clothes.
What do you put water in?
I put water in a water bottle.
Does Tom need boots or sunglasses in the Arctic?
He needs boots.
What do you need to see where you are going? A map or a bowl?
You need a map.
It's very sunny. What does Maria need to protect her eyes?
She needs sunglasses.
What do you eat food from? A can or a bowl?
You eat food from a bowl.
Does the torch need batteries?
Yes, it needs batteries.
What do you wear on your head?
You wear a hat.
Where does food come from when there are no shops? A can or a jar of jam?
Well, it can come from a can or a jar of jam.
Does David need to stay warm or stay dry in the Amazon rainforest?
He needs to stay dry.
Great job! Now let's build longer answers. Try to say 2 or 3 sentences. Tom is going to the Arctic. What does he need to wear and why?
He needs warm clothes and a hat. He also needs gloves and boots. He needs to stay warm because it's very cold.
Anna is going to the Atacama Desert. What 2 things does she need and what doesn't she need?
She needs sunglasses and a water bottle. She doesn't need warm clothes because it's very hot.
Why is a knife useful? Give 2 reasons.
A knife is useful for cutting food. You can also use it to cut wood. I think a knife is good for all 3 situations.
Maria is in the Amazon rainforest. What does she need to do to survive?
First, she needs to stay dry. She also needs to find help. She needs a map so she can find her way.
What food items should you put in your backpack? Why?
You need a can of food and a jar of jam. You also need a bowl to eat from. So we need a knife to open the can.
David is in the desert during the day. What does he need to do and what does he need to wear?
He needs to walk slowly in the day. He needs a hat and sunglasses because of the sunlight. He also needs a water bottle.
What's in Tom's backpack? Tell me about 3 things.
There's a blanket in his backpack to stay warm. He also has a map and batteries. He needs batteries for his torch.
Compare the Arctic and the Atacama Desert. What do you need in each place?
In the Arctic, you need warm clothes and boots to stay warm. In the Atacama Desert, you need sunglasses and a water bottle. You don't need gloves in the desert.
Why is a mirror useful in a survival situation?
A mirror is useful because you can use sunlight to find help. People can see the light from far away. I think a mirror is good for the desert.
It's nighttime in the desert. What does Anna need to do? What doesn't she need?
She needs to move at night because it's cooler. She doesn't need sunglasses at night. But she needs a blanket because it's cold.
You're doing really well. Now let's try some bigger challenges. I'll give you a hint about what to include in your answer. Now, a bigger challenge. Try to mention what clothes you need, what items to put in a backpack, and what you need to do to survive. Your friend is going to the Arctic for the first time. Tell them what they need to be prepared.
First, you need warm clothes, boots, gloves, and a hat. You need to stay warm all the time. Put a big blanket in your backpack. You also need a knife. It's useful for many things. You need batteries for your torch because it's dark. You need a map so you can find help if you get lost.
Good. Now try again. Use some ideas from the model answer if you like. Now, a bigger challenge. Try to mention the weather, what you need to wear, when to move, and what to drink. Imagine you're a survival expert. Give advice to someone going to the Atacama Desert.
The Atacama Desert is very hot and dry. First, you need a water bottle. You need to drink a lot. You need sunglasses and a hat because of the sunlight. You need to walk slowly in the day. You can also use a mirror to find help. You don't need warm clothes, but you need a blanket for the night.
Good. Now try again. Use some ideas from the model answer if you like. Now, a bigger challenge. Try to mention at least 5 items, use, need, and don't need, and explain why each item is useful. You can only take 5 things in your backpack to the Amazon rainforest. What do you take and why?
First, I need a big knife. You can use it to cut things in the forest. I need a water bottle because I need to stay dry and drink clean water. I need boots because the ground is wet. I also need a map to find help. And I need a blanket to stay dry when it rains. I don't need sunglasses in the rainforest.
Good. Now try again. Use some ideas from the model answer if you like. Now let's talk about your real life. Think about what clothes you need, what items you put in your backpack, and what you need to do to be prepared. Imagine you're going on a camping trip this weekend. What do you need to take? What do you need to do to be prepared? Here's an example of how I would answer this.
First, I need a backpack with warm clothes and a blanket. I need boots because we're going to walk a lot. I need a water bottle and some cans of food. I also need a knife and a bowl to eat from. I don't need sunglasses because we're going in autumn. I need a map so I don't get lost.
Now try one more time with your own answer. Think about a difficult situation, maybe very cold weather, very hot weather, or a long trip. What did you need? What did you need to do? Tell me about a time when you needed to be prepared for something difficult. What did you need? What was important? Here's an example of how I would answer this.
Last winter it was very cold, and I needed to be prepared. I needed warm clothes, gloves, and boots every day. I needed a hat because it was -20 outside. I also needed a backpack with a water bottle and a blanket in my car. You know, you always need to stay warm when it's that cold.
Now try one more time with your own answer. Amazing work! You just practiced talking about survival and being prepared, from single words all the way to full descriptions. That's real progress. A tip for you: pick one question from today and answer it again tomorrow. Try to add one more detail each time. See you next time on Speaking Practice. Keep talking.